My name is Karen Taylor. I work as a Director of Corporate Finance for Bank of Montreal in their Agriculture Markets department. So what I do is I work with large, complex agriculture and food companies and look after their financing and lending needs. I also work as an adjunct professor in the MFRE program where I teach agribusiness management to the master's students. So I'm really happy that UBC asked me to continue to teach this agribusiness management class to the master's student year over year because I'm able to leverage what I do in my professional job and transfer that knowledge to the students. And how do I do this? I do it in a variety of ways. We use case studies, we use real-world examples, and probably the most fun part for me and for a lot of the students is that we go on site visits. So because of my professional network and being in the space for as long as I have been, I'm able to call on people who own large, successful agribusinesses, and I take the students to visit them. And the owners and the senior leadership of the company, they show the students through their very successful agribusinesses. And what the students learn, I think, is so much more than what you would learn in a textbook. You not only get to hear from the owners about their business and how it works, but you feel the passion that they have for the industry and the sector, and the students can really see what really goes on and what really makes a successful business. What I teach at the MFRE program in the agribusiness management class is I teach them basically 4 sort of main themes, all premised around the idea of real life experience and case studies and examples so the students can learn not just what's taught in a textbook and what they learn from their other classes, but what the real world is like and what real agri-food companies face every day. And so the 4 pillars that we cover are basically financial analysis. So how do you read a financial statement? How do you analyze an agriculture and food company? What are the sort of ratios and things that you're looking for to analyze the financial health of one of the of a food company or agribusiness company? The second pillar then is we move into valuations, is we look at, well, how do you determine how valuable a company is? What is it worth? So we look at the assets, we look at the balance sheet, we look at the income streams that a company generates. And then the third pillar is around sources and uses of capital. So agriculture and the food industry is very capital intensive. There's land, equipment, etc. And so that requires a lot of money. So I teach the students around where do you get the capital from, so sources, and how is that capital used. And then our last pillar that we talk about is around production management, production techniques such as lean management, vertical integration, and I've also started more and more encompassing sustainability, climate change, and how that's really going to impact agribusiness and food companies going forward. And the industry is so dynamic, and so the material that we cover in our class is reflective of what's happening in the real world. So the material that we cover is also dynamic. We cover a lot of real-world examples in class. One scenario would be how different people look at financial analysis of a company. So I teach the students, if you are the owner of the company, what are the sort of things that you're looking at when you're analyzing a company? If you're going to invest in the company, what are the kind of ratios, analysis, and benchmarking that you're going to look at when you are analyzing a company? And also, for my example, being a banker and a lender, I give the students a chance to look at, well, what if you're a banker for this company? What are the kind of ratios you're going to look at? You're going to look at cash flow, debt servicing ability, overall profitability and financial health of the company. So it's just an example to give the students some perspective that when you're looking at a company, you can do that through a variety of lenses, not just as an employee, but as an owner, as an investor, as a lender, or as an accountant, or as a consultant giving some advice to the company. And so I bring that real world examples and case studies to the students. For any prospective student that's interested in the agribusiness aspect of the program, I think that the UBC MFRE program is really extraordinary. The vast amount of skills that the program teaches, not just agribusiness, but data analysis, policy, the list is vast. And I really think that the program's done an excellent job of teaching those skills to the students to give them not only perspective on agribusiness and the industry, but also the tools to be marketable in the industry in a variety of careers. Whether they decide to pursue banking or consulting or policy or working for government, I think that the program really has done a great job of giving them a variety of tools that they can use and be successful and marketable.